You are listening to the Estheticians Earning More podcast with Brittany Hagemann, episode number 207. Happy Monday and welcome back. I'm so excited to talk to you today about building your own online store. I'm so excited to talk to you about this. And the reason I'm excited to talk to you about this is because now more than ever, you need an online store. And now more than ever, it's easy to build it yourself. Okay? Now, if you're like fully booked, yes, you could pay someone to build it for you. But listener, I want to tell you, you're probably wasting your money. I'm going to tell you what I did recently to build my online store and what I've recommended some of my clients to do. And I'm going to talk to you about some of the mistakes and misconceptions that people have about online store and paying people to do it for them. Because as someone who estheticians invest money to work with me, I know how precious that is, that money. And that money, it's money for them. So I don't want you to go and invest thousands of dollars in an online store and make no sales for months. That is the worst case scenario. And that happens more often than people would like to admit. And I'll tell you why in this episode. So first of all, let's start with that. Thousands of dollars, $5,000, $10,000 to build an online store does not mean you are going to make that money back anytime soon. Make that really clear with you. Just because you have the most beautifully branded, shoppable, Instagrammable, curated, beautiful online store does not mean that anyone's going to ever go there. It's like opening up your esthetician business in an office space with nothing on your door, or maybe a little sign. Maybe one person randomly will happen to see it. Maybe one or two will randomly happen to see your online store. But it's not going to go from no clients to fully booked. You have to go out and meet people. There has to be people knowing actually that you exist. It's the same thing with an online store. And I do see estheticians being convinced that just having the store will accomplish 75% of what they need to do to have that store making them money. And that is a lie. That is a bold-faced lie. And when I first had my online store, I did have someone build it for me because this was in 2018, I think, at the end of 2018. And it was new, online stores. And I was fully booked. And I think it cost me like $500. So that was a very good use of my time. But I told everyone about my store, and that's how I got sales. So I told all my clients. My store is password protected. Like, it is totally ancient. It's not like it is people do it now where there's like certain products are password protected. The whole store is password protected. So unless you were one of my clients, I wasn't selling to you, which was fine because I was selling to so many people. My clients had moved. San Diego is a very transient community, and so many of my clients, like over half my clients, had moved. So I emailed them as soon as the store was live. I was like, here's the password. And they just kept buying products from me. Now, today, 7 years later, building a Shopify online store is so easy. And I tell you that because I just did it. So I can tell you for certain, and my store hasn't been open yet for a month. I'm almost $1,000 in sales. Let me tell you about my store. It is a basic store, okay? There are much prettier stores out there than my store. There's a lot of work that needs to be done on my store. I could spend the rest of this podcast telling you all the things that I hope to change in the next few months to a year in that store. Like, my product pictures aren't great. I have a lot of pictures of myself on there. I have a lot of stock photos on there. There's a lot of things I want to change. But let me tell you, None of those things are preventing me from making money. What those things, when I change them, they will help. But not having those does not have any, like, it will not hurt. It's not hurting me by not having the perfect things. Because that's a small business, people, okay? This isn't a website where I'm going to get 1 million people going on it, where all those things are super important, right? Like, if Nordstrom has a new website, like, millions of people are using that website, if not like hundreds of thousands to millions of people, right? So, like, it needs to have a lot of things on it so that it's user-friendly, all these things, right? Your small business, not the case. So opening a store, like hosting a website or hosting an online store on Shopify, which is what I would recommend doing, is like $30 a month. $30, not $300, 30. You pay fees, credit card fees, when anyone does an order. And then you can do what I did, which is I went on Etsy and I bought a theme for the store. I'm putting that in quotes if you're not watching the video. So like a theme that I liked the way that it looked. It had a bunch of stock photos and stuff in it. And then the Etsy seller, I think it was like $70 or something like that. It was less than $100. The Etsy seller helped me upload it to my store. It took them like 20 minutes to do it. They're like, just don't touch anything for 20 minutes. They uploaded it to my store, and then I just went in and changed everything. So it was a little bit monotonous, like going through and changing things. But like, if you are comfortable with a basic level of technology, like if you can't do anything technology, then maybe this is not the case for you. But if you can do a basic level of technology, you can definitely do this. And then I just went through and it was ready to go. I had a client recently do this. She made her own store. She was really nervous to make it live. I kept being like, just make it live. It's not gonna be perfect. Just make it live. Like, if you're when I'm laughing, because you're one of my clients, I can get very like, okay, stop it. Like, I understand. This is hard for you. Yes, but my job is to push you. So let's go. It's like, make it live, turn it live, and then put it on tell everyone about it. Like, And she'd already been talking about products on her social media, TikTok and Instagram, so much in the months before. So people were so ready to buy, right? So when she launched her store, her first month, she did over $4,000 in product sales. Her first month. It was not a perfect, beautiful store. And now she's using the money that she made from selling products to pay someone to come in and make it a little bit fancier. And again, sorry if you hear my daughter in the background, not a lot of money either, not thousands of dollars, maybe like $500. Because the hardest and most monotonous part of the store is to create products, which is like the name and the picture and how much it weighs and the description. And it's not hard. It's not hard. It's just monotonous. Now, I've also known estheticians, whether they've been friends of mine or whatever, or just heard through the grapevine, that people have spent a lot of money on stores. The stores launch, they don't get a single sale, or maybe 3 sales for the entire month. And the pressure now is you've had this huge investment, and it can really mess with your mind because you're like, it has to work. I've spent X amount of money. But the whole time that was being built, people weren't used to seeing you showcase products. It wasn't a thing that you were constantly doing. And so like it doesn't make, it's like there's a store that's great, but like, what am I supposed to buy? How am I supposed to use these products? Like, there was a lot of confusion. So you have to talk about your store and link your products every day. Every day. And it doesn't take a lot of time. But you may have to deal with the feelings you're having of you don't want to be one of those estheticians that links their routine every day. Why not? When people tell me that, I'm always like, what, why? Like, why? Why are you judging those estheticians that do that? Let me tell you a story. It works for them. It works. People are excited. They like the results that they're seeing. So I want to encourage you to thinking of your online store like a separate business, even though it's all under the umbrella of your business. But just like you've had to promote your in-person business so much, you have to promote your online store so people know about it and they want to shop there. And it doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to be like crazy. It's totally doable. And I challenge you to make your own Shopify store. If you do it, please let me know. I'd be so excited to hear. I'm challenging all my clients. And some of them are like, they look at me like, Brittany, what? No. I understand. I get this hesitation. I get it. But like I was doing this like next to my daughter on the couch cuddling while she was watching a movie. Cause like it's not hard. Like I could do this after she went, like there's a lot of tasks that I can't do when I'm with her or after she's gone to bed because my brain is so fried. I'm so tired. But this I could do because it's very mindless. And again, I just use a theme from somebody else. Now, my store hasn't even sold $1,000. I haven't even made close to my investment back in my private label skincare line yet. So once I've made that investment and maybe like $2,000 or $3,000 more, then I would think about hiring someone to, help me out, make it a little bit nicer and take some more pictures and stuff. For sure. I'm not against any of those things. But let's not put the cart before the horse. If there is no path, doesn't matter if the nicest cart and the nicest horse, that path needs to be made. And we have to really look at it in terms of steps, not in terms of esthetician clout. And that's what I'm going to talk about next week is esthetician clout and how that's hurting your business. And today's another short episode. That's all I have for you. I want you, if you are not terrified of tech, you do not have an online store, go out there and get it. It's not expensive. It's totally easy to do. It's just time consuming, but it's not as much time as you think it is. Okay, that's it for today. I'll talk to you next week.